everybody. This is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you early in the morning from downtown Manila. I've got an awesome guest on today, and she's going to inspire you as she has me with my earlier chat to her. Her name is Andrea Isaacs, and Andrea is CEO and Chief Emotion Officer. Company name, Emotional and Life Mastery Institute. Right? Industry, coaching and training entrepreneurs and leaders. Right? Brief description, coaching and training leaders and entrepreneurs to realign their purpose and embody unshakable confidence, bring their gifts to the world and make an impact they're here to make with quality in all parts of life. Key achievements or projects, creator of the EQ quiz, that's 𝐷𝐢𝐭𝐡.com for those who are interested. Somatic focusing, my coaching modality. And the next word, Andrea, is
any emotion.
Any emotion, guys. There you go. Tongue twister. Using embodiment to empower your emotional capacity. So find out more about that. Guys, all you freebie seekers there, do yourself a favor. Contact this lady for a quick 10-minute chat. Find out what she does, how she can help you. I guarantee you she can help you. And if she can't, she'll know someone who can. So there's a challenge for you guys. Reach out. That's all it takes, guys. It's one virtual cup of coffee can and will change your life. Personal motto philosophy to live in harmony with my answer to this question. Who the me I want to be, especially when challenged. That's
Who is the me I want to be?
Yeah, pretty cool. For the first decades of my life, I was painfully shy. I had a love-hate relationship with being seen or heard and hated public speaking, yet forced myself to do it. Many people have been down that track, I can assure you. Using the system I created, I shifted my shyness to the ability to embody unshakable confidence and to speak on stages around the world. And after a career-ending injury, I lost my career, circle of friends, and my purpose. I know the pain of not having direction. Since then, I've created a system that re-inspired my life and has lit up the lives of thousands of entrepreneurs and leaders in 30 countries to realign their purpose, bring their unique gifts to the world with unshakable confidence to make the impact they were here to make. So there you go, guys. It's my great pleasure to welcome to the stage Andrea. How are you, my friend?
Hey, Jeff. Hi. I'm doing great. Thanks. Great to be here with you.
Awesome. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you all those years ago to follow this career path. What happened?
Well, for the first part of my life, I felt like I was a victim of my emotions. Emotions happened to me, and I would get stuck in them, and I didn't really like that very much. That is until I discovered the work that I'm doing now. I realized that as a recovering shy person, and that fear of being seen and heard started to dissipate as I started to do this work I do, which is about embodying a whole range of emotion. And when I started working with this system, I realized confidence had become a part of me. And it wasn't that I was trying to be confident, because for years I wanted to be. I knew in my head I wanted to be. I certainly felt it in my heart that I wanted to be. And I just couldn't be that. But in doing this work, which is again about embodying a range of emotion, and I realized I had created the neural pathway for a new way of being. And that's what change means. When we want to make a change in our lives, and one of the reasons people think change is difficult is we don't have a neural pathway for that new way of being. And one of the things that I've done for myself is to create that neural pathway for being confident, for speaking on stages with joy, with ease. And also I do that for the people that come to work with me.
I love it. It brings a lot of memories of my past when I've had to speak on the stage. My very first gig, I was in the car with my girlfriend, and I got to go and speak to 500 people. And I'm in the car, a very funny story, and I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm going, "You speaking to me? You must be speaking to me." And I'm doing Robert De Niro, right, in one of his movies. She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm getting into character." It was so funny. It just came out of the blue, but it helped. And there were 6 speakers there, and I'm the one who got a standing ovation. I was so proud of that moment. You know,
Great. That's great.
because I was different. I was raw. As you can tell, I was raw. I was different. I wasn't, stereotyped like the rest of them were. I start all my speeches off these days, and people lean in. I start off with "Once upon a time." People but takes them straight back to their childhood and to storytelling. And you know, it's all
Hmm.
about storytelling. So that's a pretty
Sure.
cool thing. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work, Andrea, and how are you overcoming that?
I think it is because I was an introvert. And as an introvert in business, business is really about building relationships. And as an
Absolutely.
introvert, that was so hard for me. So the follow-up was hard for me. And well, again, speaking on stage for the first part of my career was also so hard for me. And it wasn't until that I realized I know how not to have to be shy. And then I'm not the victim of my emotions. I can be the master of my emotions. And that's what I help other people do too, because we get trapped. We get stuck in being the way we've always been, and we think our past determines our future, and that doesn't have to be the case. We can break out of that and be a new version of ourselves.
Told, shut up, be seen, not heard, all this sort of stuff, and don't push yourself out there. I tell people, blow your own trumpet because no one's going to blow it for you.
There's a title of a book, something like How to Toot Your Horn Without Blowing It.
Nice,
How to
nice.
Toot
There you
Your
go.
Horn
Put
Without
it on
Blowing
the
It.
right
That's
track.
good,
That's it.
right?
Perfect. Right, and because the money's in the follow-up, guys. That's reality, guys. I'm in sales
Yeah.
all my life, 50 years. The money is in the follow-up. Don't be frightened to follow up until they buy or die. Right? Tell me, tell us an important moment in your career. You told us in the story a bit where you changed direction and that you were going. What happened to you?
There are a few of them, but I'll tell you one of them that yeah, I'll tell you this one. So I was a professional dancer for my first career. I had my own dance company. It was a modern dance company called Moving Images Dance Co. And I was demonstrating a pattern for the class I was teaching. So I'm dancing across the floor and I was about to go into a leap, which has a lot of momentum. And we were sharing the floor with the ballet classes that would put rosin on the floor, and it was very sticky in places and very slippery in places. And my foot hit a patch on the floor that was really slippery. And my foot flew out from underneath me. My feet were above my head, and I went bam on my tailbone. And that was the end of my career. I could hardly walk for 3 months. I was teaching from a chair for a while, but I knew I had to change my life. And that career really had been so satisfying. It was creative and fulfilling. And even
Oh,
though it's an art form, there was something about expressing yourself that we all learned about by as being dancers. And we weren't just learning how to express the message of this dance, but learning how to express ourselves in words also. And I thought, what else could be as rewarding, as fulfilling as that's been? And I didn't have an answer. And right around that time, I came across the personality system called the Enneagram. Ennea means nine in Greek, and it describes nine different personality styles with different gifts and challenges. And I realized, reading this book, I realized for the first time understood why I was so shy. I was a particular type that's known for being shy. And I learned so much about myself that I dove headfirst into a week-long training program where I sat on my butt for 12 hours a day. As an experiential learner who used to be moving 8 to 10 hours a day, I thought I know how to move in the way of these different personality types. There's the person who's really direct and the person who's really more peaceful. And
right.
I knew how to embody this whole range of emotion. I thought, I want to do these types. I want to feel it in my body. Surely there's a method out there that teaches this method experientially. It made so much sense that it should exist. I knew how it could exist. Surely it does. And it didn't. So I created a system called the Enneamotion using movement to explore and embody and understand this personality system called the Enneagram. And that's when I became a founding faculty member for the Enneagram Institute Professional Training Program. But what happens next really surprised me. That is when confidence became a part of me. And it wasn't just because I was part of the Institute, it's because I created that neural pathway for confidence. And I learned how not to have to be shy. And that changed everything about my life, my relationships, my business, who I was being when I did anything. Bringing up difficult conversations, that takes confidence, right? I couldn't do that before. Changed everything.
I love it. I got team members, and I've learned this as I got older and grew. Um, they all need different things. Some team members need a hug and a bit of encouragement. Other team members are a bit lazy, need to kick up the butt. So they're all different, right? And you get to a stage where you can read these people and work out their personality traits and what they need to come out and be the best they can be. So I'm all for that sort of stuff. Tell me, in your opinion, what are the key qualities and skills that have contributed to your amazing success?
I think a lot of it is using what I've needed on my own journey of life. I
Yes,
see life as an ongoing journey. When I've run into difficult things and I try to figure out how to manage that, it becomes a teaching thing. And one, for example, is bringing up difficult conversations. I used to not do that. And
yes,
if I didn't bring it up, I would end up holding resentment, or maybe I would just forget about that person and never talk to that person again.
yep,
And I just didn't like the feeling of it. And I would remember the conversation I wanted to have and never had, and it just never got settled. And I realized after doing this work that, oh, wait, there must be another way. And one of my favorite talks to give is called the 5 C's to Tango with Tough Topics.
love that one.
Tango is a partner dance. And in tango, like all dances, but even more so with Argentine tango, there's an embrace. It's like hug, like a bear hug with someone. Your bodies are that close. And the leader leads and the follower follows. And as soon as you lose that connection, the leader can't lead and the follower doesn't know what to do when the
Yes,
connection is broken. When we have difficult conversations, we must maintain a connection. It's essential. And as soon as a connection breaks, like, when you did that thing to me, that's breaking the connection.
yeah,
You
sure.
must keep the connection. And as soon as you lose it, the conversation goes haywire. So when we bring up these difficult conversations, one of the key aspects is maintaining the connection. That's why I call it the 5 C's to tango.
Breaking that down, guys, it's about communication.
Oh,
Communicate, 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 communicate. It's about communication. If you've got a problem, for example, if you don't like scrambled eggs and your partner keeps making you scrambled eggs, tell
talk
her you don't,
about it.
tell
Tell
her you
her.
don't like scrambled eggs. Don't moan about it. Tell her you don't want scrambled eggs, and she'll know. Otherwise, she thinks you love them and keeps making them,
It
etc.
drives me crazy. I know. We must talk about these things.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
don't talk about the eggs. Imagine all those other things you probably don't talk about.
All that, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Tell me, and I'd say one of it is, she's a great listener. I was talking to her, I was doing all the talking for about 30 minutes earlier. She's a great listener, got wonderful empathy, and the other one is integrity. She's got integrity in spades. You got to have those things, guys. Empathy and listen to be heard, and integrity, well, speaks for itself. Tell me, how do you stay motivated and continue to keep innovating in your field as you do?
I think it's because life is an ongoing journey. Whenever I hit something that's rough, I create a new thing. There was one time I was teaching a workshop and I was working with a system called the Enneagram, which traditionally is a typology system. You're this type or that type. And I had an email prepared in a draft with my 3 favorite online assessments. And I thought, well, I want people coming into the program knowing what their type is. So I'm ready to click send on this email. And this voice up there, and I'm telling you, it was up there. This voice up there says, write your own. And I looked back. I said, I can't do that.
The
And
voice
then
too. I know
and the voice said again, write your own. And I turned and I said, I can't do that. And the voice did it a third time. Well, there's magic in threes. I'm like, okay, if I did, what would it be like? And
yeah,
so I started writing this quiz and I gave it to someone who was my coach at the time and a few other people. And what happened next was just like, it still amazes me. With my simple quiz, it takes 2 minutes to take. I can deduce so much about a person. I can see your unique combination of gifts that actually point to your life purpose. And when someone gets off track, I can guide them back to it. I can also see the challenges that you may have, whether it's in communication, in relationships, in your business, and how you show up. I can see the challenges that could block clarity about your purpose or living your purpose. And then I started seeing these combination of all these different skills or gifts or challenges. It's not just a standalone thing. They all impact each other, all the ripple effects. Because if you have this challenge and that challenge, then this is going to happen. That is a predictable result if you have that combination. Or you
uh,
have this combination of gifts. You know what your true gift is, and you put those things together, and you are this innovator, and you are here to be of service to the world. And I can see that. So in delivering this, I thought, I want to deliver this to 100 people for free just to see what comes from it. And I did that. And then, oh, that's right when I was invited to be a faculty member for the humanities team who was starting a leadership program. So I was on the faculty for that. And I had, guess how many people in my class? 100.
oh,
So they became my the first people to be my beta version of my quiz. And then
Right.
I get to deliver the assessments. And even to this day, I mean, I love delivering these assessments because people get so much insight. And actually, if our listeners want to take it, I can let you know how to get the quiz for free.
You're amazing. Look the way, folks, look the way Andrea lights up. When you start
Yeah.
talking about this, she lights up. Right? It's a passion, you know. And when you've got a passion, guys, you don't work. You just get up and you're passionate about life. And she, like me, she's a lifelong learner. But one thing she's got in spades is passion, right? And it shows. Tell us about, if you could, tell us about a recent project or achievement amongst your many. Tell us one you're particularly proud of, please, Andrea.
Well, the quiz certainly comes to mind. Let me see if there's something, another big thing I've created after that. Well, my coaching modality. And my coaching modality came out of something that I needed for myself because I was feeling, I can't remember what the feeling was, something that was, oh, poor me. I don't know what the story was, but there was this big, oh, poor me feeling. And I didn't want to feel it anymore. And I couldn't think my way out of it. I used to journal a lot and I didn't want to, I'm sick of those journals because, and I burnt them all actually because I was
Good.
sick of that. Yeah, I was, but that's another, I'll do that sidetrack just for a moment. I was moving from upstate New York to Southern California, and
Yeah.
I'm going through stuff, and I see this big shelf, and I used to be a bookbinder, and I
Yeah.
made my own journals, which were beautiful. So I had this big shelf full of my hand-bound journals filled with who knows what. So I sit down in the guest room, which is where they were, and I opened a journal, pulled out a journal at random, opened it at random, and read. And I'm like, oh, I remember feeling like that. Uh-huh. I pulled out another journal at random, opened at random, and I'm reading. Oh, huh, that's kind of the same, excuse my French, same shit. And I put it
Yeah.
aside and pull out the third one. And you know what? It was the same friggin' story. And I
Yeah.
said, what? Am I going to pay movers to move this baggage across the country? No
Right.
way. So I was living in the countryside, and I had neighbors who used to do these bonfires, fire, flames,
Yeah.
220 feet in those in there, and they would say, "Bring things to burn."
Yeah.
I put all those journals into boxes, and I brought my boxes of journals, and I
Wow.
burnt.
Cool
I
story.
literally burnt like a shelf full of those stories. Says, "I'm done with this baggage. I don't want it anymore."
That's interesting. Because guys, think about it, guys. You can't control the past. It's dead. It's gone. You can't even control tomorrow. You don't know. World War III could be upon us. We don't know. But you can control today. So enjoy today. Enjoy every moment, right?
I
But
want to go back to your question about something that an achievement that I'm particularly proud of. So
yeah,
I was in some dark emotion. I don't remember what it was, and I couldn't think my way out of it, and I was tired of journaling my way through things. And so I just asked my body, how would you rather feel? How would I rather be in my body? Well, I don't want to shrink like this. I want to be like this, right? I want
yeah,
to be open to life. I want to be strong and solid and grounded, and I want to be open to life, and I want to be just a channel for whatever. And then it shifted me in my I shifted my body and then my emotions changed. And I'm like, wow, that was kind of magical. And I anchored it. I could go into more detail about it. But anyway, that is a very essential piece to my coaching system.
you got a bottle of this, Andrew. Sell it by the bottle.
I should bottle it.
Awesome. Awesome.
I wish.
I want some, please.
Oh gosh.
uh, Tell me, what advice a 20-year-old comes to you, might be a son, a daughter, a niece, a nephew. They say, I've just left school. What do you think I should do with myself? What would your advice be?
Well, first of all, take my EQ quiz and I can point you in a direction. However, with that, not having that, I would suggest this very strongly. Listen to your heart and
Yeah.
notice what lights up your heart. And then just figure out a way to live that.
And change. Don't be frightened. You're not a tree. Move. Change. Change direction. If you're in the wrong direction, and sometimes you will be, change. Right?
Yeah, listen to your heart. Yeah. Hmm.
The other one I'd add to it, I'd say, it's been great for me, travel. Because I meet so many like-minded people. That's why I travel every 2 months. I love it. I meet like-minded people, new adventures, and the other one. What's the other one? Get a mentor. Reach out
Hmm.
to people like Andrea or myself. Get a mentor because you'll shave 5 or 10 years off the journey. We spoke
Yeah.
about it earlier. You don't know what you don't know. So if you want to find out, reach out to experts in the field that you're not sure about. Right?
You're someone who can direct you. Sure. Hmm.
Yeah, it's not that hard, guys. I tell people, move. You're not a tree, right? Looking at
Got
you,
it.
Rhonda, you're only
Never
a
heard
young
that
woman.
before, Jeff.
Yeah, you're a young lady. You're only at base camp at the moment. What are your goals and aspirations for the future?
I would love to impact the lives of a million people, at least a million people, to have quality communication so everyone is seen, heard, understood, and honored, and there could be peace on earth. I also want everybody to know that it's safe and it's okay and it's essential that you can be all that you are in the best possible way.
One of my guests recently said, I nearly fell off my chair. That was fantastic. We're talking about it. She said, Jeff, be a better human. Ah, I nearly fell off my stool. And I can see I'm a marketing guy. I can see T-shirts, be a better human, mugs, be a better human, pens. I go to Africa, I drill holes in the ground and find water for these people. The little voice said to me, Chef, you got enough on your plate already. Just be a better human. And I thought to myself, how profound is that statement if everybody can think about that and be a better human every day?
That's exactly what I mean by who's the me I want to be and to live in harmony with my answer to that question. It's easy when everything's going well, but it's when you're challenged. Can you still be that?
Right, when you walk down the street, a smile costs you nothing. So smile, greet
Yeah.
people, say hello to someone in the lift, whatever, it costs you nothing, right? But it lights up someone else's life, right? It's fantastic. And guys, don't forget, 15 minutes of fame is all about you. It's like talking to a friend, as you can see. We've had a good chat, Andrea and I. And I want you to think about this. A TV commercial about your business is going to cost you probably over $20,000. I'll tell you what happens. People are watching a movie. The moment the commercial comes on, they jump up, they go and grab a hot dog or a beer out of the fridge, or they go to the toilet. They miss the whole darn thing. Trust me. 10 radio spots in your city, that's going to set you back about $5,000. And they will play them just like they promise. They invariably play them at 1 or 3 o'clock in the morning when people are asleep, right? Come on, 15 minutes of fame. We'll make a mini movie all about you and your wonderful services. We'll put it on Quora, Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook group, YouTube channel, and our new school platform, and put you in front of hundreds of prospects. So there's a challenge that you've all got a journey, guys. Every man and woman watching this has got a. No one I know has ever had a straight line, including my guests here. So, guys, there's a challenge. Reach out and get your 15 minutes of fame. Andrea, we're about to wrap it up finally. Before we wrap it up, tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people do not know.
I did a motorcycle trip from Chicago, Illinois to Washington, D.C. And I find being on motorcycles is such a thrill. Being on motorcycles and horses, same thrill for
Yeah.
me. Next best thing is being on my bike. That's all right, a bicycle.
How far is that, by the way?
Oh gosh, good question.
I mean,
It's
is
it
it
took us 3 days.
an
It took
hour?
3 days. It took
3 days.
three
There you
days.
go. It's a long way, guys. It's a long way.
Yeah, 3 day trip.
Yeah. On my bucket list, I've got a big bucket list, and I'm running out of time before I run out of ideas. On my bucket list, and I will do it, is I want to get a Cadillac and go on Route 66 with a
Oh my goodness.
good friend, and I want to. We're going to stop, and the deal is we don't take our time. We stop somewhere a maximum of 2 days, and if you pick up a girl or whatever, I'll either leave you behind or she comes with us. But we move every 2 days. We're going to the next journey.
There you go.
Right? It's going to be awesome. It's going to be
There
awesome,
you go.
right?
That's great.
And the other thing I want to do, I've interviewed nearly 500 people, and most of them are, it's like Andrea, they're fantastic. One of my dreams, when I'm 80, which is 3 more years, I want to travel around the world and have a real cup of coffee with each and every one of the guests that I enjoyed.
Oh,
So
how fun would that be? That's great.
when I'm 80, it's 3 more years.
There you go.
That's gonna be pretty cool. Imagine that, guys.
I'll see you. I'll see you for that cup of coffee in 3 years.
Yeah, that's boy. You can come earlier. I'm in the Philippines. You can come over as my guest. Come over earlier.
Okay.
You're always traveling. Have you been to Asia much, by the way?
I've been to China and Hong Kong, Japan, and Korea, South Korea.
There, I love those places. I love Korea. Korea was bloody awesome. And
Jeju Island.
I've just come back from Shenzhen, which you probably know. Shenzhen,
Yeah,
next to Hong Kong. It's a
yeah.
future city, guys. We're talking driverless cars. We're talking press a button, wait 10 minutes, people don't believe me. A drone comes through the air with your cup of coffee, right? Right. We're talking
Okay.
robots who arrest you for jaywalking, etc. I can
Are you
bore
kidding?
I'm
Oh
not
my
kidding.
God.
It's a 𝐁𝐮. Look up 𝐁𝐮 on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
𝐁𝐮.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
amazing. People don't believe me. I got to tell them, listen, don't believe me. Go to YouTube. And then they come in and go, oh, you were right, Jeff. I said, I told you I was right. I know I'm right. I was just there. In fact, guys, I'm going back. I'm opening up an office in 𝐁𝐮 in mid-April. It's a buyer's office because everything in your house, including this lovely orchid, by the way, everything comes from China. So it's amazing. They're so far ahead of the world. The media tells you they're behind, but they're not behind. They're 10 years ahead of us, right? So it's pretty
that's right.
awesome.
They are. They really are. Hey,
Yeah,
Jeff, can I give our listeners a gift?
absolutely. Be my pleasure.
Awesome. Can I talk about it now?
Yeah, please.
Thank you. Well, listeners, hey, I'd love to gift you the Emotional Mastery Toolkit. It's something that's changed my life, and it might change yours too. It starts with the EQ quiz, which I was talking about, and it gives you time to reflect on who you are, how you show up in the world. You get your unique emotional mastery blueprint. We are all unique, and it shows your unique combination of gifts and some challenges you may have or might have had. And there's a guide, and there's a video, and there is something called the Whammies webinar, which describes different combination of challenges that could show up when you have those scores. And then you get an invitation to a call with me, where I could really talk to you about what it all means. And people leave that call with so much insight that one call alone really could change your life. And you can get the toolkit, the easy to remember and the easy to say link, of course, there's a longer one, is eqquiz.com. That's eqquiz.com.
By the way, guys, as I was saying earlier about TV, commercial, and radio, all of Andrea's wonderful ideas will be on the bottom of the YouTube, which you're all going to see. So it'll be there. And take the quiz, guys. There's a challenge for you. Take the quiz. 5 minutes of your time. Grab a cup of coffee. Sit there 2 minutes. But five for someone like me, I'm pretty dumb. And sit there and have a cup of coffee and go through it. And then you've heard it, guys. You get to talk to an expert. Make that phone call. You find this lovely lady on LinkedIn easily, right? Find her on LinkedIn, reach out, have a conversation, and you'll learn as I've done today. It's fantastic. You've been an awesome guest. Any last words for our audience?
Any last words? I want you to be the best you can be. Be all that you are. You deserve it. So do people in your world.
We're so much aligned. One of my slogans is be seen, be heard, be remembered. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff.